What is up, guys? It's Razor, and I hope you guys enjoy the duels of this deck. So the new Gravekeeper support in 2018. So I decided to make the deck because I used to use Gravekeepers back before I even started YouTube. Like I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the beginning of Destiny. I had a Gravekeeper deck. It was pretty good in that game anyway. But that was back when Gravekeepers first came out. So they were pretty good. When Gravekeepers first came out, they were really good. Nowadays, obviously, power creep and all that stuff. Not really much you could do about that. But the new support does help out quite a bit. The new fusion monster, very good. And I'll go over all the other cards as we go over the deck profile. I just wanted to mention that I did play Gravekeepers before. I've actually made a couple Gravekeeper decks on this channel too. I did a Gravekeeper Demise deck, and I think I made like a normal Gravekeeper deck as well. Demise Gravekeepers is really good. But anyway, let's jump into the deck here. So we run Triple Commandant. It's pretty staple in Gravekeepers. It searches out Necro Valley. It's basically like a 2100 Necro Valley. And the reason why I say it's 2100 is because if you have Necro Valley on the field, it gains 500. Otherwise, it's 1600, but still very good. Night Assailant, or Assailant, I don't know why I said Night Assailant. I was thinking about the flip effect monster, Night Assailant. But no, we got regular Assailant, Gravekeeper's Assailant. I run this card because I used to run it back in the day, obviously. And a lot of monsters in the game, besides Link, of course, have high attack and low defense. Like Chaos Max is a prime example. Gravekeepers have a tough time dealing with Chaos Max. But if you run Night Assailant, you don't have to worry about that. So that's why I run Night Assailant. I've always ran it at 2. I don't know what other people run it at, but it's kind of nice. The new spiritual list I feel is very good because it's how you go into the fusion monster without using polymerization. Very good card. And then next up we got Triple Descendant. So you can tribute a Gravekeeper to pop a card on the field. Pretty good. Gravekeeper Spy. Staple in Gravekeepers allows you to spell summon a Gravekeeper from your deck when it's flipped. The Searcher of the Deck Recruiter. Cleric, when it's normal summoned, this is a newer card. When it's normal summoned, or when it's summoned, you can target one level 4 Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And face up attack or face down defense position. So that's pretty good. You can get back Spy, put him in defense. So not a bad card. If you don't got any Gravekeepers in the grave, it could be a problem though. So that's why 2 of them's enough. Lair of Darkness for some draw power. Pot of Desires, of course. Royal Tribute, staple in Gravekeepers, of course. Stele, some people run this card, other people do not. I like value cards, like cards that give you value. So this is a +1. So I like it because I'm a value-oriented player. I love value cards. Cards that give me pluses I'm happy about. So I like this card. But it can brick. So that's why some people don't like it. So it's either run 0 of it, 1 of it, or 2 of it. Do not never run 3 of this card. like ever. Okay, now the new Throne of Necro Valley. This card is really good. It's the reinforcement of the army for the archetype. You can search any Gravekeeper monster from your deck, and then you can immediately normal summon it. So that's really good. New staple for Gravekeepers. Everybody's going to run this at 3 no matter what. A good combo you could do with it, you could search command it, and then command it will search your Necro Valley. So, and then next up we got Necro Valley, of course, staple and Gravekeepers always. We're in the Solemn Brigade, and then Imperial Tombs of the Necro Valley, which is another staple. And then this card right here, I was going to go over. I don't like this card because it can brick, and I hate bricking in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like the worst thing ever because you cannot activate this card unless you have a Gravekeeper and Necro Valley on the field. So that's what I mean by it bricks. This card can brick too, but the difference is you can kind of buff your opponent with this, so it's not as bad. Technically, you could with this card as well, but I hate setting spell cards. I don't mind setting a trap because if I do draw into like a Necro Valley, let's say I'm missing a Necro Valley, and I end up drawing into one, and I activate it, and then my opponent has an answer to that Necro Valley that I activate, well, or let's say they're like about to destroy my Necro Valley, I can just use this and negate the card they're going to destroy my Necro Valley with. So it's pretty good. So that's the difference. That's why I like this card over this card. This card has more versatility, can be used more often. And then the new Gravekeeper Fusion monster. So it requires 2 Gravekeeper monsters, and it gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense equal to the levels of the original monsters used to summon it, times 100. So it's already going to get, like, since most of the cards in here are level 4, it'll get like 800 attack. Maybe 700 if you use like a level 3. And then plus you got to factor in Necro Valley, it gives them 500. So it's going to have between 3100 and 3200 attack. So that's really good. Also, during your main phase you can add 1 Necro Valley monster or 1 Necro Valley card from your deck to your hand during the end phase of this turn. And you can only use it once per turn. So it searches you out any Gravekeeper or Necro Valley. So that's very good. It is during the end phase, so it's a little bit slow, so that's the only problem. And then the other extra deck monsters, we run Utopia package, Tornado Dragon, Baguska, Castel, the Phantom Knight Breaksword, Borlode, Skulldread, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, and Double Witch's Apprentice. And now this is another card I was going to run, but I don't really like it that much. So if you have both a Gravekeeper monster and Necro Valley, all your opponent's monsters will lose 500 attack and defense. And if you have no cards in your field zone, you can activate a Necro Valley from your grave or your hand. Which I don't know why it says hand, because you can just activate Gravekeeper Necro Valley from your hand anyway. But I guess if it's destroyed during your opponent's turn, and you have another copy in your hand, you could activate one from your hand. But mainly you would just activate one from the graveyard. Also, if this card is destroyed, you can set a Necro Valley from your deck. Spell or trap from your deck. So you can technically set this back to the field if it's destroyed. Set another copy of it. So I guess it's not too bad, but I just didn't want to run it. But anyway, I'm going to go and end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been my Gravekeeper deck profile, new Gravekeeper Support deck profile and duels. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow's deck that I post. And later.